There are few topics in personal finance that create as many emotions as debt. Some people avoid talking about it altogether. Others worry about it every single day. For many, debt can feel confusing, overwhelming, or even frightening. But here's something important to remember. Debt is incredibly common. Millions of people around the world borrow money at some point in their lives. This can include a mortgage, a student loan, a car loan, a credit card balance, or money borrowed for unexpected expenses. Having debt doesn't automatically mean you've made bad decisions. It simply means you've borrowed money. And before we can learn how to manage debt wisely, we first need to understand what debt actually is. Because once we understand it, it becomes much less intimidating. Imagine that a friend lends you $100. If you agree to give back exactly $100, you've simply returned what you borrowed. Now imagine the agreement is different. You borrow $100 today, but next month you repay $105. That extra $5 is called interest. Interest is the cost of borrowing money. In other words, the longer you borrow money, and the more you borrow, the more interest you may have to pay. That's one of the reasons why debt can become expensive over time. The amount you borrow is only part of the cost. The interest helps determine how much borrowing that money will actually cost over time. Different kinds of debt can have very different interest rates. Some loans have relatively low interest rates. Others can be much higher. For example, some credit cards may charge 20% or even more each year if the balance isn't paid in full. That means borrowing money can become much more expensive. Sometimes much more expensive than the original purchase. That's why it's always a good idea to understand the interest rate before agreeing to borrow money. Taking a few minutes to read the agreement and ask questions can help you avoid surprises later. After all, once you've signed a contract, you're usually agreeing to its terms. People borrow money for many different reasons. Sometimes it's because they don't have enough money today. Sometimes it's because they believe borrowing will improve their future. And sometimes it's simply because they want something immediately instead of waiting until they can afford it. These situations may all involve debt, but they are not all the same. The reason behind borrowing matters. Borrowing money to build something for your future is very different from borrowing money for something that loses its value quickly. Understanding that difference can help us make more thoughtful financial decisions. Debt doesn't only affect our finances, it can also affect our choices. Monthly payments may reduce the money available for other goals. Saving, traveling, changing careers, or simply feeling financially secure. That's why understanding debt isn't about avoiding it at all costs. It's about understanding the responsibility that comes with borrowing money. Before taking on new debt, it can help to pause for a moment and ask, will my future self be thankful that I made this decision today? Sometimes the answer will be yes. Sometimes it won't. Learning to recognize that difference is part of building financial confidence. In our next lesson, we'll explore practical ways to manage debt and begin reducing it step by step. Until then, remember, understanding money isn't about making perfect decisions. It's about making one better decision at a time.